Welcome back to Weekly Hour, and today is new build day, and what we have is a box. It is sealed, it is a book Nook, and it's a Christmas shop, so it's part of my Christmas thing, my favourite time of the year. It's one where we get all the family together, well, me, my sister, my children, their families, and so it's an important time of year for me. And sometimes even if you don't celebrate the season, it's still nice to have little bits and pieces of them. I know some people which don't celebrate it, but they still give gifts, mainly because of having children, and in school they don't want to be perceived as different. So let's see what we have. Alrighty. Oh, we have lots of very sparkly stuff. So we have a book. We'll have a look at that in a minute, and it has an odour to it, just so you know. So there's our Christmas shop assembly manual. I'll have a look at that in a moment. We have some tinsel, that will be. We have some very cute window decorations, and which are attached to my tinsel. Okay. And we have some gift boxes, probably for the tree maybe. Some tweezers, which as you know I won't be using. And a little emery board, which you never know, might use. Are these stickers? And these are stickers, and they are lined up. Yeah, and very important. I had that before. We have a little see-through piece. That's flat. And then we have our electrics, which I will be testing before we go much further, along with our music box. We have I won't test this, this should work fine. It doesn't have anything electrical associated with it whatsoever. We have our Christmas tree, and we have our wooden pieces, which are nicely coloured. So this is rather exciting, isn't it? I like them when they're coloured like this. So let's have a look at what we have in here. So the box itself wasn't sealed because it was delivered with some other pieces, other boxes. But I do want to test, because it's just arrived, that the electrics work, even though it may not appear on the channel straight away. But I like to get this part done just so I can test it, make sure it works. Been bitten a bit a few times now. Alright, so what do we got? So it's very nicely decorated. Got your snowman, and you've got some other bits and pieces on here. Very cute one-sided decoration, some tartan, which of course very associated, along with a little Christmas wreath down here. How cute is that? And that is double-sided. There's some decor on the back there too. Beautiful window decoration. Oh, I'm really excited about doing this. So it's a little book Nook. Got our flooring. How awesome. A plain piece, I think. Oh no, it's got decor on the back. I'm guessing this is the top, maybe. Doesn't look like the right shape for a side, unless it's very small. This is another flooring panel, so it might be a tiered flooring. Oh no, it's the side. There you go, that's the side. How cute is that? Beautiful design. I love it already. It does have a smell to it that happens. And again, different design to this one, so that's rather nice. So different on each side, I'm guessing. You'd think it would be back and front. Oh, you know what? I think this one, even though it's a book Nook, it's seen from the side. So book Nook with a difference. This is an accordion piece. This will be for the battery, I would assume. And this looks like it's going to be a side piece. So maybe the battery's on the side. And how cool is that? So you're just going to have a little handle there. I love that design. Okay, and then we have another piece, and this will be our other side with probably a window on there. Did we see a window big enough for that? I don't think we did. Got little windows, but certainly not a big enough window. So if it's meant to have plastic with it, I don't see the plastic. Huh. We will check the instruction book in a moment. So I will test the lights in a moment and look through this bag last. And let's have a look at this book. So it's coloured, no real written instructions or anything. It's telling us how to do the batteries and the bulbs, and they're all different lengths, so this is going to be very similar to, which one was it that I did, which had all the different length ones, it come to me. It was the one where it's difficult to adjust the wire length once you've put it in. Okay, anyway, so it comes with the lamps, comes with tweezers. Nope. Oh, yes, it did. It was in this bag. I lied. Comes with some tweezers, come with oil paper, we saw that. Come with a few stickers, some accessories. So I don't know how they're making that side, and then it gives us the board, and it tells us the auxiliary, the tool is on board F. I love this idea. Okay, let's have a look how it's going to be working. So we jump right in with making little bits and pieces. So a little bookshelf here, that's kind of cool, and it is in steps. So, and we have, let's see how many steps, 74, so it's small steps, and as you can see there's a side here with all the things, and it looks like it should have some sort of plastic backing, but maybe it's just out, maybe it's just open. No, I don't know, because it looks like it's just A1, which is this piece here. So it might be open, there may not be any plastic with it whatsoever on that side. Alright, okay, that's okay. It gets more dusty, but it will be alright. That will be very enjoyable, and I'll go and pick up some of those pieces in a moment. And it looks like very little crafting is involved, it's mostly wood. So let's have a look at this and what we have in our bag of lights. So we'll get those tested, so hopefully there's no problem with it. It is a battery box, and those generally do work better. And it's going to be AAA's, I believe. Yeah, AAA, so I'll go and grab some of those and we'll test those lights. We're going to need to buy some more AAA's. Okay, and these are plug to play as well, so no doubt we may have to remove these, we will see. Is there an on-off switch? No, not that I can see. Okay. So, oh, no? I don't know. Hold on. A little monkey in the mating, but what we, oh, I see. We have a touchpad here. And they do work by the touchpad, so we have, how many lights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different lights. Very sensitive, which is what you want, but they all work, and that's the main thing. So let me go grab some pieces and we will make a start. Okay, so the unboxing video and testing of the lights was done a little bit ago. I normally try and do it as soon as I've got the package, just because if there's a problem I can return it. Got bit by that a few times. So we will now start doing this. Anyone who's seen my last video, which was the music box carousel, will know it ended up being quite a disappointment. However, let's assume this one will not be. So I wrote on the back of these what numbers they are, assuming that they are going to go next to a wall. So I have glue to hand if needed, but so far so good. So followed by this one, I can show it to you rather than me, would be helpful. They do provide a tool. It's the smallest tool I've ever seen, but at least they provide, and these pieces are in the forms quite tight. I've had a few fall out of the bigger items, but the small ones, whew, get your muscles on. That's all I'm going with. Let's see which one's next. This little one. Oh yeah, different shape anyway in the bottom there. And lastly here, and we are going to be making some sort of rack eventually. So this is step 1. So what I think I'm going to do as far as timeline goes is just, I don't know, split it up into 5s or something, otherwise it will be long. So this should be quite a quick build. It reminds me of the cathedral build that I did, which was like this, or very similar to this. Okay, this middle one is the only one that did not click in, and that is step 1 done. So very quick, right? Step 2 is this one here, and with the tabs going that way, unless I turn it around, but let's see, again I did write on these, so I'm going to show you. Let me get the first one in, because otherwise I get disorientated. Well, evidently I can't go too wrong because of the shape of the holes, she says. Okay, so just make sure you got the tabs. 8 is next, which is this little one. Looks like lots of medicine bottles, doesn't it? And then 7 goes in here. Quite tough on the old fingers here. I'll centralise myself a bit better. Probably should do that too. There we go. And then maybe I'll be a bit more central. So, oh, I'll get this one in at all. Wow, it's really saying no. And this is step 2, by the way, if I didn't say, because I can't recall. That's definitely a tough fit, like ultra tough. Nope, it was there. Almost there. Text, what can I say? Followed by this little one, because it's the only one I have left. And that goes in here. Okay, on to step 3, which is putting it all together. So this is the top here, and I looked at the sides whether I needed to number them on the back, but they are identical. So what we want is for the slots, and it's painted on both sides, to go towards the back. Okay, nice snug fits. I think we'll put in one of these first. So not the bottom one necessarily, but let's put this one in here, which goes on this way, so these tabs are towards the back of it. Surely they're up the other way. Of course they are. Yeah, there we go. This might be one of those builds where you need to test fit some of the pieces before finishing it off, because it is a very tight fit. And this one, they don't have tabs on. I don't know why I thought they did. I'm a silly monkey. And that one goes in there. Okay. And then this one goes onto the bottom, like so, with the tabs towards the back. And in between it goes. And this is step 3, and an awesome start to the model, I will say. And that's what we have for step 3. Right, step 4 then. I like that we zoom in through this. Okay. So they are very small steps though. So we first of all have an angel. Let's see, we only have 3 to put on here. And we have to face it. So this one goes here, like so. And I'll turn it around to check to make sure. It goes here. If I get the first one in, then I can get the orientation right. Otherwise I obviously seem to struggle, as you just saw. And this one, and this is step 4, as I said. She's just had loads of treats, so she really should not be in a problem. She was just very miffed at me that she didn't go out for a walk today. I put my lights with this one for some reason. Okay, and then we are are for step 5, just attaching these. So, and I can see already I did not pick enough for today, like any stretch of the imagination. And this one will go on next. Okay. And then we are going to need the glue for some of this. So they kind of show that the side goes on first, but then they also show that these are stuck underneath. So let's get some wood glue for this. Let's see which way up. So they are the, oh I see, they're like vases here. So this way up, and we have 26, well, it looks like 26 to me. On the picture it looks like 25, maybe it's 25, maybe it's just me. And that goes just right underneath this shelf. I don't think that's in all the way either. Like so. Which comes straight off probably. That's definitely not in. More of a push, because I don't know how tight these are going to be once this all goes together. As in, if you have it out, it might clash with something going the other side of it. Then we have H26. Not that one. Nope, that one. So I'm just going to put one here, and one towards the end, like so. In which case then I should probably have this one out a little bit. Okay, and this one next. And then I'll just try and even them as best I can. And then, Juliet, there's nothing to bark at, honey. Well, she's on the couch to be covered up. This is not normal. Alright, let me pause while she gets it out of the system. Okay, I think we're settled, and you know. Okay, so take all those out because they are wrong. Doesn't make any sense. This looks right. Oh, yes, it was right. Okay, don't do what I just did. Leave them back on. Okay, and then I just didn't see these tabs in the right place. Then you want this with the hole towards the top on here. And even though it's wood glue that I use for those pieces, generally they will stay in place. Okay, a bit more, my friend. There we go, nice click. Okay, and that's how we're looking. So, it's a tiny bit straightening, but otherwise we are good. And that takes us to step 6. Alright, for this we need certain lights. So, step 7. So let's undo these. And we need 2, 4 and 5, I think it said. Just scroll back quick. 2, 4 and 5. And the touch screen. Well, I'm sure that comes with it. Okay, so let's have a look at the length of these. Because that's what it's all based on. That tells you which one's which. Yeah, they're really quite wound up around each other, aren't they? Maybe there was a better way for me to have done it. And they still have it plugged in, which is interesting. I did take out the plug because I felt that it would probably be unlikely they would install it with the plug. But maybe they do, because I've still got it all connected. So, okay. Either way, 2, 4 and 5. So it's not going to be the shortest. Okay, let's see. They're wiggly things. So it is one of the short ones. It doesn't really matter which one. There's two of these. They are interconnected. Let me untangle that. So it's going to be one of those, and it's going to be, I've got to check again, 2, 4 and 5, wasn't it? Yes, yes. Try and remember, lady. I think it's going to be this one, but let's see. It's definitely one of these, so it's a short one. Then it is 4 and 5 are both this length, so there should be 2. I can see 1. Let's see a second one the same length. Oh. Come on, wires. I mean, I know it's me, but you know. Okay, these two are definitely the same. So one of these is L1 or L2. Then L3 are both 25 centimeters. So, and L4 is also 25 centimeters. So it should probably be these ones. And then these others are longer, 35. Okay, so you need both of these medium ones, one of the long ones, to be going in on this wall. Now turn back to the right page, I don't know which ones I'm handling. And what we are doing is putting them all through here, through that hole, along with the, well, not the touch thing, that's over here. Actually it is going through, the touch one's also going to go through. Okay, alright, so all 3 of those. Is it the bulbs going through or the wires? Oh, it's the bulbs. The wires rather. Okay, so basically put this through. Put this one through. It's more complicated than I think it should be. Okay, then one of the short ones. So one of these. I'm going to go through here. And then the 2 longer ones. Stay there, stay there. And the 2 not fully long, but long enough. So that one and this one. Double checking myself. And this one. We'll go through here. And opposite way, guys. You want all this stuff on the inside of here. Gosh, how difficult. Let me get that done. Alright, now that I finally got them on my orientation, then we plug these in. So you didn't need to unplug them, guys. It was fine the way it was. Now these all got caught around here. I'm trying to keep my wires from twisting too much together. I don't think it matters which one. Let's pop them in here and I'll give them a quick test just to make sure I haven't messed up all the wires here. So what you do is you look on the ends and there's a little tab that's probably difficult to see, but if you look here, I don't know how much you can see, there is some little holes at the bottom here, and then when you look in here you've got some spokes sticking up towards the bottom, and that shows you which direction. So let's pop some batteries in again because I did not leave them in, and we'll just test that with all that mess around I just did. Gosh, I'm going to take the lid off her. There we go. Wasn't as difficult as I was trying to make it. hands for the win. Okay, and touch sensor. Ooh, that one's done. I guess it's just colour on it. Okay, maybe that's the difference, but no, both of the shorter ones are duller. I think that's another short one. Let me check that, whether I got to have the dull ones, if there's a, I mean there's obviously a difference, because that's definitely duller than the others, but so's that one too. So let me just make sure that it is, sorry, touch the switch, if that is meant to be a dull one or a bright one, because the other one's brighter of the shorts. No, they're not the same. Alright, so then we have this going to be sitting with the lid on. That goes out. Don't want them to go erode before I even start. And this goes on here, and when we put this in to the board that we're going to do now, it will make more sense, I think. So it's going to go in here. Oh man, it's going to go through. Is it? No, it's okay. Okay, so it's basically going to sit here like 3 and a 5, so short. Don't know what's going on with the other one. Like 3 and 6. Okay, both the 6s go through, and the 3. So the ones we have left, we are going to put through this little hole down here, and where are these two bigger ones? They can go down there too, all wrapped around each other, like that. Spending all the time, well, I just put them through for now, and then I want to try and untangle them, and those go through the bottom. So all 3, so you've got 3 lights going through the bottom, and our 3 lights at the top, along with our switch. And these are then going to just sit there, from what I can gather. So I'm going to sit something like so, not attached, nothing like that, just there. Make sure that this is fully down, which it is now. And then we are going to put some other decorations on, building some sort of box, it looks like. And it goes, let's see, here, I think. Here, so it's not decorated. I thought it was, no. So be careful that these don't break. And you want the grated side out the way. The grated side showing forward and back, so we're making some sort of crate by the looks of it. And then very straightforward, this one going here. It was a longer step, wasn't it? Only because me messing around with the wiring, I'm sure if I'd worked it out, it would have been fine. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, and that is step 7. So on to step 8, which is a door and a wreath, which we need to attach. Is our right or wrong side? Doesn't look like it. And it is symmetrical as well at the bottom here. So I'm just going to use wood glue. You could use B7000 if you want to be a little bit quicker. I'm kind of fine doing this. Alright, sorry about that. And we are on to step 9, which is stickers which go around here. Not going to see much of them, are you really? Unless they go long ways round. Well, let's do one that I'm not as keen on. Let's do this one first. Okay, let's see. Oh, we can do it lengthways, that's kind of cool. At least we'll see something of them. a little bit more square, I think. Those look very circular. I guess I can get it circular-ish. We will see how good their stickers are. Okay, that kind of looks circular, actually. Come here, Juliet. She's got herself out of covers. She had to go and see what the phone call was about, if she needed to help me. Okay, so we do that 5 times, and those go in the little crate that we made. So, okay, let's make them first, because we move on to another step after these are made. So, quite straightforward. Just wrap them around your little piece of wood, which is kind of cool. They could get me to try and use my own devices, and we know how that goes down. A little Santa. One. Okay. There's stickers, so it's reasonably easy. Let's start with this side, as it is an overlap. Kind of cool there. A Christmas tree. And another one. Normally I'd be like show you one and do them off of camera, but it's not too bad, is it? And another Santa. More cartoony this one than the other one. Well, they're kind of both cartoony, but this one looks more so. And then we will put both of these on, along with some other decor. Okay, so step 10, which is the last one that I pulled from at the moment. These go in here. It doesn't say to paste them in, but I'd imagine if you don't want them falling all over the show, to do so. Get some tacky out. I'll use this for a moment. It really says no, doesn't it? I could use any other glue, you know, that's ready to go, but no. I don't want my glues falling out with each other. Somebody also wrote to me about Yoo-hoo glue, or made a comment about Yoo-hoo glue. Now I have used that when I was doing that fairy garden, gosh, years ago. I used a lot of Yoo-hoo back then, but I haven't tended to use it for the model. I don't think this is any good for me to use. I think it needs to sit in a pot so that it's going downwards, so I use this one, which will be easier. Beacon. Now they can mix together, because that's what I've done. Okay. Looks like I put glue on. Okay, and just shove these in how you want. I mean, I guess you could leave them unglued. It just seems to me that you're going to probably be moving this around a bit. And I'm guessing this is the base, but it could also be a step of some sort. So just put those in. Do I have them all facing one side? A little bit. So maybe something like so. I don't think anything's going to go the other side, but just in case. Then we are putting our door on, which is going to go here, with the wreath pointing downwards. Actually can't remember if there's some 2 layers on it this morning. Okay, let's put a bit more effort into this, hopefully without breaking it. These wires really just want to get in the way. There's a good bend of it there, wasn't it? There we go. Followed by a couple of trees. So the bigger one goes here, and the smaller one next to it. And they are different, I think they're different size holes. I'll tell you in a sec, hold on. Ooh, no, they're the same. Okay, so we have a bigger tree. Push that all the way in. Now a smaller one. And that is all I have pulled, and that takes us up to step 10. So let me check time, see what we're at, and I will go and pull some more. But so far, this is how we're looking, so it's pretty cool. Alright, bear with me. Okay, so it's about 36 minutes, so I think I'm going to leave it on a shortish video for today, being that I've had quite a few long videos of recent. And do a shorter one, but this is us started. So how awesome does that already look, other than these wires being an absolute pickle? And even though they think that this is meant to be a place, did I actually miss something which said it's going to go somewhere specific? I mean, I know where it's going, but there's nothing to hold it there. I'm assuming it will just be held in at some point. Anyway, this is how we are looking, so I think that is awesome. Let's get that popped up. There we go. So I think that is pretty good looking, actually. Let's try and balance it. So I think this one didn't have music and everything with it. I'm pretty sure it does, so it's going to be quite exciting. All right, what do we have to come? So next we are starting to build a counter by the looks of it, which is going to go over by opposite the door, somewhere down here. And it's like a counter. It's going to have some decor on top by the looks of it. We are also going to be building some steps, which will go opposite side over here. And then what we'll be doing, and some sort of arch to connect these, I think, together somewhere. Maybe it's from here. It looks like it's from here, so I don't know. Or maybe it's a whole piece. I think it's a piece which goes through here and goes around, actually. So it's going to go over the door. That's kind of cool. And then we will also be getting on to do another bookcase with a sideboard. So quite a bit of decor going in there. And if we get that far, which I think we will, then we're going to do some stairs to an upstairs platform, which will come off of the little steps that we put over here. And that will, then we will start on a second floor. So I'm hoping at least to get that far, if not start on the second floor. So there's definitely one above it, which is what we thought might be the case. So yeah, any comments are very much appreciated. So far so good. I shouldn't say things like that after the last build, but yeah, so far so good. So I'm hoping that that may continue. So please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate every single one of you. Yeah, most of all, sorry, trying to balance. Can't think and talk at the same time. It's obviously beyond my little memory here. So most of all, take care of you. Take care, guys. See you for day 2 of this, which should be tomorrow.